Yo, what is going on, guys? It is your boy Scumpy here today, bringing you a video log. As you can see, I'm still in the hotel room. Let me give you guys a little bit of a view of what's going on in our hotel room. It's absolutely disgusting. Look at all of this shit. It's so gross. We have so much stuff around here, but today is the all-traditional UMG vlog, well, post-tournament vlog, more specifically the UMG vlog after the event. I'm going to talk a little bit about what went wrong, what went right, how much fun we had, how many matches we played, how little I got to eat on Sunday. I literally had 4 granola bars and 2 bananas all fucking day, and we'll get to that a little bit later because we just played so much Call of Duty. But starting off the weekend, UMG, it was an amazing event. They did an outstanding job. The scheduling, it could have been better, but they did their best. That was really the only critique that I had, and they didn't have enough warm-up stations. Those were the only 2 critiques that I had for UMG. Other than that, the event was so awesome. UMGs are really, really cool because it's an open tournament. You get to see all the amateur teams coming out. You get to see which teams come out of open brackets. Sometimes there are some dark horse teams, aka E6 from a couple of events ago. I believe that was UMG Ontario. I think that was UMG Ontario. I think my memory serves me well there. But the event was awesome, got to meet a lot of cool people, and I had a really, really good time. Unfortunately, we placed second. I'm sure a lot of you guys know that. I'm sure a lot of you guys are disappointed in us. We're disappointed in ourselves, trust me. You know, the team showed great resilience throughout the weekend. We played 6 series on Sunday, and we're not used to that at all. So we started at 10 a.m., and we ended around 7 p.m. So that's around 9 hours straight of Call of Duty, and we didn't have, like, breaks. The most breaks that we had in between those matches were 15 minutes. So it's not like we were taking a break, being able to get food, and, you know, it was really bad. It was to the point where we had to get, like, our girlfriends and stuff to get us water and bananas and granola bars because we couldn't even bear to leave the venue for more than 10 minutes without the fear of getting forfeited. But moving on into pool play, we're going to start with our first match against DND, and my memory is a little bit shot. We played a lot of COD, like I have went over a couple of times. We played a lot of matches, so if I get some of the map counts wrong, please don't get mad at me. I'm just going to give you guys the overall rundown of how the weekend went. So, DND, starting off the pool play matches, we had 4 pool play matches, 5 teams per pool. Played DND first. They were the amateur team. I believe they were the 16th seed, so we were expected to beat them, and we did. It was a little bit shaky. It was our first match of the tournament. We were still settling in a little bit, but we played really, really well, and I believe we ended up 3-0ing or 3-1ing them. I can't really remember specifically. I think it was a 3-1. Yeah, they beat us on Biolab S&D, so it was a 3-1. Moving on after that, we played XGN, which was Killa's team. Killa, Spacely, Study, and they were a really good team. You know, they were good. They came out hot. They actually gave us a little bit of a scare on some of the maps. I think we ended up 3-0ing them, but on some of the maps they gave us a little bit of trouble. On Biolab Hardpoint, I remember it came down to the wire. It was super close. It was like the last 2 hills determined the whole outcome of the game. And I don't know if you guys can really see this, but my eyes are just so freaking, I am so tired. I'm really tired. So, we ended up going 2-0 pool play that night. Moving on into Saturday, this was whenever pool play started to get interesting for us. So we had played against Envious. You know, everyone said that Envy was going to be the team that we had to beat in our pool, and we did. We ended up 3-0ing Envy. We played so good. I was so happy with the team there. Envious is obviously a really, really good team. We played them. I believe they ended up placing 5th, 6th, but I think that they're definitely a really, really good team, and they gave us some pretty close matches in there. So going in 3-0. You know, we're feeling good. Then we played the Turtles. We ended up 3-0ing them as well, or maybe it was a 3-1. I can't really remember that one. Maybe it was 3-1, 3-0, one of the two. So we played pool play super well. We came out of pool play, I think, 12-2 map counts. We're feeling super good, super confident, and everything is going well. Moving on into the bracket, we played Epsilon on Saturday night, the same night that we played Envious and the Turtles on. And we just came out really slow, and they came out really, really hot. There's no other explanation to it than that. They just came out, and they were just melting. Like, I was getting killed so quickly. I was a little bit sluggish because of the meal that I ate earlier. I had a burger. I was getting terminated, and, you know, I'm not going to say our whole team got terminated, but a couple of us got terminated. Nobody really did too hot in that series as they gave us the 3-1. We should have 3-2'd, but the 1v2 with Crim6 where he accidentally boosted down, that was so heartbreaking. And in the grand scheme of things, you know, that series was really, really bad to lose because then it made us play so much more on Sunday. So that's our last match Saturday. We ended up losing that 3-1 to Epsilon. It was a bit of an upset. We didn't expect to lose to them. They really surprised me. I'm sure they turned some heads with some of you guys as well. Epsilon played really, really well. I think they placed like 3rd at relegation, and then they came here and they placed 4th. So, you know, they're not a team to take lightly. They played really, really well, and I'm happy to see my man Swanee over there having some success. But moving on into Sunday, we're obviously playing super early. We lost the night before. We didn't play any matches after that, so we're starting at top 12. So we're going to go through the bracket till, you know, obviously the grand finals match. So, top 12 to top 8. Who did we play? So we ended up playing TK at 10 a.m. in the morning. Definitely a little bit something I'm not used to because I'm a gamer. I'm obviously never up by 10 in the morning, and considering this was 2 hours ahead of Cali time, that's like 8 a.m. for me. So I was pretty freaking tired. I got like 7 hours of sleep, so I wasn't too bad. But so we played TK, played really well against them. We set the tone for the rest of the day. We ended up 3-0ing them, which was a big win for us. We were telling ourselves that if we could win the first 2 matches, we're going to make it to grand finals. So we ended up, and we did exactly that. We ended up beating TK 3-0. Some close matches in there, but overall we ended up beating them. Next, we played ISO. We got 1v4'd 5-5. If I ever see that again, I'm going ballistic. We got 1v4'd 5-5. I was so heated. I was the first one to die. Oh, I was so pissed. I was so mad because if we would have lost that series, just to think of that we got 1v4'd 5-5 with bomb down, I would have been in absolute tears. I would have been so upset if we would have lost that series. But we ended up 3-1ing them. We ended up 20-0ing them on comeback uplink, which was pretty awesome. We came out so hot and we came back so well after that 1v4. We literally came out like not missing. It was pretty scary. We 20-0'd them in like 6 minutes or something crazy like that. And that like never happens. But so we 3-1 ISO. Moving on to the next match, we play NVS again. I believe, yeah, we 3-0'd. No, we 3-1'd Envy. They beat us on Recovery S&D. We got clapped on that map quite a bit this weekend, to be honest with you guys. We need to work on that map. We need to practice that map, go over some new stuff. We haven't played it in a really long time because Recovery was obviously taken out of the rotation, and then it was put back in not too long ago. So Recovery we need a little bit of practice on, but other than that, we beat them 3-1, didn't lose a respawn to them, which was a good sign. So we're T4 at this point. The next match was a match that we really wanted to win. We played, not ISO, we were playing Epsilon again, and obviously we lost to Epsilon the second night of the tournament, so we were out for blood. We came out hot. I got a 1v4 in that series, so I was really, really hyped about that. But, you know, we came out hot. We beat them 3-1. There were a bunch of close matches. Both of the hard points were insanely close, to be honest with you. So that was a really, really intense match. That was probably our hardest match of all of Sunday, for sure, other than FaZe, obviously, because they beat us. But excluding FaZe, that was our hardest match of Sunday. And like I said, Epsilon turned some heads this weekend for sure. They were a really, really good team. So we're T3 at this point, playing the loser of Denial and FaZe. FaZe ends up beating Denial, so we played Denial. This team was one of the teams that I was looking out for. This was one of the teams that I thought was a top 3 team in the game, so I was pretty anxious to play them and get the opportunity to play them. So we 3-1 Denial. I was really looking forward to playing them. That was one of the T3 teams that I considered going into the tournament, so I thought it was going to be us, FaZe, and them. I thought that those were going to be the 3 teams that were really going to, you know, duke it out for the championship, so it was a sigh of relief to beat them. After that match, I was really excited. I was like, okay, we can do this still. You know, we can still do this. And then, obviously, played FaZe, didn't play very well against them. We came out slow. There was no intensity. We were making mistakes. It was just bad. And I don't even think it was a matter of practicing, to be honest with you guys. We practiced for a full week before the tournament. That was like basically the same amount of time we had before X Games. We were just off our game, to be completely honest with you. We just didn't play well. They played well, and they deserved the championship. It's as simple as that. They ended up 3-0ing us. None of the maps were really too close. Comeback uplink, we lost by 4, but, I mean, that's not really that close in terms of uplink. We just played horrible, to be completely honest with you guys. It was shocking. I didn't expect it, but came out slow, and you can't do that in the grand finals, especially against such a talented team like FaZe. Congratulations to them on winning UMG. It hurts. It hurts. I wanted that 5-peat, but can't win them all. You just got to bounce back, recover. I'm really proud of the team. Showed a lot of resilience this weekend, bouncing back from losers bracket. Top 12, we won 6 series, or we won 5 series against 5 different teams, so you know, to do that with your back against the wall is it's pretty awesome. And I've never really made a losers run a losers run like that, because we would always lose at like T6. So to make that run was pretty awesome. But UMG was great. It was a good time. So, thank you guys for watching the video. I hope you guys enjoyed the UMG Post vlog. If you did, like, favorite, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, be down in the description below. And as always, this is your brother.